Hi everyone and welcome to this new video. If you're new here, my name is Tessa and I make a bunch of Planet Zoo videos. This is my first one where I am talking, so I am very excited to do this. The theme today for this zoo will be an Asian zoo. We're gonna have about 7 animals, 7 different kinds of animals. And we're gonna try and make a very pretty zoo at this. I am practicing in getting better with building bigger habitats with different levels. My habitats tends to be kind of flat, so I want to practice with adding in heights in this zoo. And I also want to try and build a bunch more different buildings. If you have seen my 2 previous videos, you have seen that I built quite a few buildings in the zoo. I think the ones from the petting zoo are the ones I'm mostly proud of. And I really liked adding those buildings in. I thought it added a lot of dimension to it, and it wouldn't be as empty as I tend to build my habitats as. So let's get started. We cut these wooden planks here, and I think those are quite fun. Let's just change the main path as always. I like a 7-meter path. I think it's nice. It's not too big as the 10-meter one because I think it's quite chunky, even though it's better to have bigger paths. I tend to mostly wander off my zoos instantly. I don't try. This is what I did when I had my first zoo. I still need to look that one up. But it was just basically a big line down the main, like a main street, and then the habitats were just next to that, and there was like no separation to it. So the entire main road was super crowded. And we're gonna try and prevent that a little bit today. I don't know how I feel about this though. I think I like the stone paths more. It's a volcanic one, stone slate. I think I used that one in my jungle zoo. And though I'm using this one in my stream zoo. The rustic path is always really nice. Oh, I think this one is perfect. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay, sorry, I got super distracted. I haven't done a tropical zoo in the Asian biome yet. I tend to not make a lot of changes in the zoos I do. So that's why I also went for this biome. Okay, I think we need to start with our little keeper hut, staff rooms and everything. Let's see here. All right, let's just for now do the thing I always do. I just make a path straight, work from there, put the zoos in, put the buildings in. I have seen this from a streamer on Twitch. She raised up the path of the staff facilities, and I really like that idea, that they have like a little heightened area. So let's try and figure that out. just gonna get into it, I guess. Oh, that's off. Why is that not as high as the rest? Oh wait, I guess I can just do this one. All right. I think we should heighten it up a little bit more. Okay. And then we need to cut this off a little bit so we can actually raise the path. I am not the best at terraforming, but I have practiced a little bit on this. I made a few habitats now where there were heights in it. And I think I am slowly starting to get the hang of it. It's not the best still, but I don't have that many hours in Planet 2 yet. I'm not even on 200 hours. So still quite a learning curve for me. Okay, I think we will start with this, and otherwise we can always workshop it. But I think the most important is to put the path in. So I am going to use those wooden path. What's it? The large wood horizontal path? Because I do quite like that. Let's lower this to 5 meters. And can I already? Okay. Now, hopefully. Okay, so that's quite not high enough. Oh, that's way too big. Also, this area is probably way too big for the buildings. But I'd rather cut some of the ground off. There we go. Oh, that's quite good. Alright, awesome. As I was saying, I'd rather cut off some of the area and like terraform it than I have to move everything and add the ground to it, because I feel like that's quite troublesome always. So let's see and map this out a little bit. I want the big buildings in front because I still wanted to make it pretty. I have decided for this one I'm gonna use the pre-made staff facilities because I think they're very, very nice. Like these buildings are just really, really pretty. I think I will go for the East Asian ones because the Indian ones are a little bit too specific for it. And then you also have the Indonesian ones, which are really pretty. I really like these. But it's not the idea I have in my head. I think the Asian ones are a little more along the way of the style I have in my head for these animals. So let's map these out. I will just quickly place the facilities that I want, so I also have an idea what to get. We use a small quarantine, and we get our vet surgery. Where is it? Over here. the staff room. We'll get a big one. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's very nice. Okay. We'll use a small research room because I am playing on Sandbox, so I wouldn't really need the big one. The workshop. Oh, that's nice. Well, that's cute. I really like that one. And then we also have the trade center. So these are the buildings that we're gonna get on there. So I think I have about the right amount of space there. I think the staff room is very nice looking. And we will place that one over there. So we have the windows here. I think yeah, I think that's nice because then you also have this little interspiece over there. I think we will place the is this the workshop? Yeah, that's the workshop. We'll place that one over there. Where's the... Oh, there it is. We'll place the keeper hut in front of the staff room. Then we got the quarantine. I want to make a little separate thingy for the quarantine here, alongside with the surgery. So those are like connecting buildings, or not really connecting buildings, but they're closer by. Okay, I think we'll move this one over here, because then we can cut off a little bit over here. And then we get... Oh, we got our research hot center. We'll get that one over here. And the trade center, I think we'll do over there, I think. Let's see. Do you think we have to switch over these? Oh, yeah, we have to... we have to sacrifice that. That's sad. That's too bad, but otherwise people will walk down here, which is not very ideal. And then we have that over there. Connect those. I think I will put this a little, because I want to make like, try and see to make it a little bit of a square there. Oh, I have angle snap on, that's not handy dandy. Let's... okay. Okay. Over there, and then... No. No. That's sort of what I was going for. I think I'll need to move this to like a 4. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's nice. As we can put a bunch of plants, trees here. And let's cut this down. Not too drastically. I think that's better. And let's smooth this out a little bit. There you go. So now we don't have too many harsh lines. I do wonder why... Can I edit that? Or is that just... Oh, I can. Okay, awesome. I will copy these notes real quick. Because I think that color matches more. Oh no. I think that color scheme is a lot nicer than the pink. Okay, those are exactly the same. So we're gonna go to our staff room. I didn't even know that you could do that. In some of my other videos, I just put the wood over them. Which is also a possibility. And then we change these to this color. And I think that's just a lot nicer. I don't know, the pink is was distracting me a little bit. The white over here. Let's do that for these buildings as well. Oh, it's blue even. Okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. There you go. I am not the greatest with the controls. I apologize. I tend to go a little bit too fast sometimes. And I end up just mashing the buttons. Yeah, I definitely like that a lot more for those. The quarantine won't have any, and I think I'm fine with green because you... No, I'm not fine with green. I lied. Let's change the quickly as well. Okay. And there you go. Let's add some trees in here. the biome I'm not gonna be too specific about, but I do want to have the Asian biome, or Asian continent at least. I'm not gonna be too strict with this for throughout the zoo, but I will try to stay as closely to it as possible. But there are a bunch of plants that I really like that I will add in there anyway. So let's see. I think we're gonna add in some bamboo, but I really, really like the cherry trees. So they definitely have to be in here. I think we'll put a very nice big one. Let's do over here. Have the roots sticking out a little bit. Is that in the building? Oh, well, that's in the building. Oh lord. Okay. Maybe. Okay, that's not gonna work. But I think that one over there is okay. And we will add. Maybe let's add the big one over here then. And then we have created like a little bit of an archway of the cherry trees. So it's a nice entrance for our staff to get in here. I think we're gonna do a little bit more of the cherry trees, and then I also want to add the maple tree in. Because I think that will be a nice contrast in between as well with the pink. That's not just too much of one color. That's perfect up there. Let's this one over here. And then we'll do the cherry trees over here. We'll add the big one over there again. Can we maybe squeeze a small one next to this one? I think so. Yeah, and then we'll lower this one a little bit. That's very nice, I think. And then... does it look weird? I think I can scooch a little over here. And then... let's go a little bit in. Alright, that's gorgeous. Alright. Maybe we put a little pond in here. I think that would be cute. Let's see what we can get here. Let's soften it all up. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright, so the pond's not a possibility. Maybe... did I just make... okay. Yeah, I think it's because of the path that's not working. Alright, we're just gonna put a bunch of plants in there then. That's not a problem. Will putting a big cherry tree in there to be too much? I think we would go with the maple one over there. Or maybe we just do some of the bamboo. Or we're gonna scatter these around as well. Let's do maybe these, because they're a little bit more bushy. Should we put that to block it all off a little bit more? I think that would be a little too much. Right over there. All right. So we have a nice selection of colors going on now. Okay. And now I just want to fill this in with, with a lot of grass and a lot of plants. Is the elephant grass in this one? It is not, but the elephant plant ears as well. What about the... Oh, it's the rhubarb, not one? Oh, that's so bad. I think this one would be a very nice base. Just gonna select that one. Definitely needs the elephant ear plants. I really like those. I think they add such nice details to it. And you could place them so easily for like overhang. Let's probably add a little bit of lords and lady plants. I think that's a little bit... Those are buttercups? Nah, I don't think those would add nicely to it. Oh, I love the fig trees. They're always really nice. We'll probably add these for like touches of grass, like longer grass, tall grass, so we can put more like height differences in there. Oh, we might actually want to replace those. We might actually want to replace those Bengal bamboos for those. because those are really nice. I'll select these. Bird's nests. Brackens? What kind of ferns do I have? Okay, I also have the tree ferns. Okay, that's nice. Okay, we will remove this and we'll just go to our favorites. So we have our selection here of the trees and the plants I want to use. I think we're gonna change the bamboo trees for these lipstick palm trees because I think it's a very nice contrast with the red and it will bring that back a little bit. So for just the center, I will keep the bamboo throughout the rest and maybe, yeah, we'll keep them for those around. But for here on the corner, I think they're really nice. Big ones over here, and we'll add some small ones around. And now we'll do a small one here and a medium one. And now one more medium right here. Yeah, I think that's nice. And then the idea is to just fill this up and then put some rocks down there just to have that as like a centerpiece. So we will start with the cowberry bush and we're just gonna go all around. Oh. Are those floating? Those are floating. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we got those laid down. Now we will go back to our favorites. And I think all right, we got all those laid down. I think we'll put these there. I'm trying to avoid the center mostly here. We'll work around that eventually a little bit. We're gonna let these overhang here as well. Maybe on this side as well. And we'll put the smaller ones a little bit in everywhere. And then I think these are not gonna show up too much. And we'll put the underwater... It's the underwater eelgrass. We'll put those all over, not being too consistent with it, but just so it has a little bit more sticking out. I think the bird's nest. Okay, we can place them on some spots. Maybe we get the medium one. There you go. Oh. Okay, and then we'll just put some nice rocks there. I think the dynamic mossy ones. Or maybe the tempered ones. Or the tropical ones. I think we'll put the tropical ones in just to kind of break it up a little bit. And then maybe we pass some dynamic moss rocks or small moss covered rocks in general. Maybe we'll put that one there. Let's move it a little bit over here. All right. And I want to add some height to this. But that's going to look weird from that side. So maybe we go here. And then we shift this in. And then I think that looks pretty natural. Let's maybe... There you go. That's the one we needed. Put a little bit more like this, and then we could put some more mossy rocks over there. The small ones. And maybe we'll put... Okay. I think that is very nice. And we will place some benches here. We'll do these. Maybe we can... Oh no. No. Don't like that one. Or I don't like the full red bench. A fake rock color. And then maybe we do the fake wood. Like that. Or maybe we do the fake wood black. Is that... No, I think it has to be more gray then. Like, make it... How about the other way around? Yeah, we'll do that. And then our staff has some nice benches to sit outside. So maybe if they have some work to do or they're on break, they can sit there and just relax a little bit. And for the show or for the aesthetics, we'll also place some bins. I'm not sure if I will use these bins throughout or if I use actually the Asian ones, but I like the shape of these. Oh, okay, that's not liking that. Then we'll also place one over here. All right, so that's our staff area done. So let's add our staff in here. We'll get our caretaker. I'll run this. And our keeper. Our mechanic. Our security. And our vet in here. For now, we'll wait with the educator. And obviously vendors we don't need because they will be added once we add our shops in. I want to do the work zones instantly, so let's make a new work zone and add that in there. And then we add all our stuff in there. There you go. So we got all of them ready to help our zoo come to life. And when we start here, I will probably, let's see, the path. Our path, the block path. I need to see the negative impact. Okay, that's easy. So we can let this go around here. And it doesn't include a habitat. Yeah, I know. Alright, and we'll add in here our first information center. Let's see what shop shell we'll use for that. We use the small one. I really like these shop shelters. They are very pretty. Let's line this up as much as we can. We get our information center in there. Is that frontal? Yeah. There you go. Very nice. We will add in, well, not in here, but at this part. We will add our ATMs in here as well. So people can walk up here straight away. Alrighty. So we got our information center ready as well with our ATMs. Should I make, can I call it ATMs? I can. Oh. Ooh. Okay, that's nice. That's very cool. All right. we will workshop this a little bit more, but I really want to get started on our habitats because obviously it's zoo, so it needs the animals. I think so. I have a few animals selected that I want to put in here. Let's do our red panda first. Wow, these are surprisingly good for... oh, this has a lot more fertility. All right. Usually when like buying them on the market from the breeding program or the custom seizures, custom seizure, the quality of the animals aren't that good. So I'm glad these are a little bit better. Okay, we will put those animals straight into our quarantine zone so they can be taken care of. We will... I like the idea of... I don't know if I like the idea. I haven't planned anything for this zoo, by the way. I just planned the animals and I wanted an Asian style. So I haven't really looked into what kind of habitats I want to build for them. I just know I want to build the more buildings inside of the habitats and make it like nice and pretty and give it a lot of levels. I think if we add it here, we could add a food court here, but then we have like a weird overhang here. So maybe we will build it off a little bit, put food and drinks here, and then make the habitat actually here. And then we can always try and see if we can build into here. I did that in my tropical zoo where I made like a, I guess like a little bit of a hill alongside here so that guests couldn't see the other side. Because if you think about it, in actual zoos, you can't really see far ahead. So you wouldn't see out in the open and be like, oh, that's like the edge of the park. Like, it's a lot... You have a lot of limited sight, so you're focused on the animals. So I think we will put that there. Put our food and drink court over here. And then actually put our red pandas over here. And we shall see. What I think we'll do is I'm just gonna roughly sketch it, and then we can always workshop it a little bit. We'll build it like here. Let's see. I think it's only one. Yeah, okay. So we don't have to make it too big. Just keeping in mind that there might be like two or three babies or juveniles. So we don't need a lot. They are shy, so guests can't walk through this habitat. So my idea is to have a little bit of a viewing building. And we'll put like jungle here. I always like to start out with mapping out where I want the habitat to go. You see me do this in my previous videos where I just map out with a non-barrier and then I will workshop it later because it saves me the most time of adding things, removing them, and that way I have a little bit more of a clear visual of what I want to do with the habitat and what kind of vibes I want to go for. And if we put in, just for fun, an animal gate over here, it's not gonna actually be there. It's plenty of area. It's quite a lot of area, so I might actually... we will remove these though. Oh. Did not want to do that. How about this? Well, actually, we'll do that because I want to build them. I want to separate them with water. So we will get the terrain stamp out. All right, this needs to go back a little bit. We will get our square out. And the width. Okay, that won't work. Okay. Alright. I got this mapped out now. I don't know why the water is so low though. Like, what is stopping it from going up higher? Alright. I think I'm gonna have to look up what I'm doing wrong here. But I will sketch out the center, or like the idea of the habitat. I will put that probably in a time lapse because doing that while trying to talk constantly and removing the idea is probably gonna be as interesting. So I will put this in a little bit of a time lapse and I will get back with you guys when I have finished it. All right, guys, this is so far what we have. I added in the climbing area, all the enrichment food, the shelter for the red pandas that are going to be in this habitat. The reason why I am cutting it here now, the reason why I'm showing this now is because I want to put the red pandas in now to see if the foliage is okay. I think they like very crowded habitats and with a lot of coverage, but we will play this quickly, make sure that those animals are ready to go, and we will also quickly add this habitat in the work zone. And as you can see, there are already guests in the zoo. We will put a nice fence around here, and then we'll put all the education boards there and the donation bins. So hopefully here they come. And there is our first red panda. She is adorable. I really like red pandas as a zoo animal. I think they're really cute and fluffy, and I also like adding habitats of these in here. I feel like you can do a lot with their habitats, make it very nice, a lot of different varieties, themes you can make it. From the looks of it, I think they are good on the height. The hard shelter is fine. Oh, we can add a lot of coverage here, so that's good. Let's quickly edit their terrain a bit, because they're not too happy about that. They will need a lot more soil. So we're gonna, oh, that's a little too much. We'll add this here to show like, oh, this is where they're walking, where they're running. We'll do this around. And then we will, with a lighter intensity, kind of touch up everything here. Okay, make it a little less much of one color. Go around the edges for a bit. I really like this texture of soil. I feel like it adds a lot more dimension and it doesn't look as flat as some of the other terrain stamps. All right, so let's add in some more foliage. I think adding more bamboo in here will just look so good. And we could put this all along the edge. Let's do one of the strips. And kind of hides that brick concrete wall. Okay, I will do singular ones, I think, because that way I can instantly manipulate the height of these. Okay. Okay, we will add those here as well. And here as well. And we'll add another over here. Let's heighten it up. And then put 2 over here. Let's put over here 1. And over here at the edge. Let's go around this rock a little bit. And I think that is nice and shaded for them. We will put some more rocks around here. I think the moss rocks... Yeah, there you go. Oh. Right, let's build a few up on here. All right, I want to tilt these a little bit more. And the same for that one. And let's copy this one. And we could do one over here. Let's turn it around. Do one here as well. And let's do here as well. And I will customize these a little bit more, because that's why they're not all too much the same. But at least they're easy fixes. What is happening? Why do they have low welfare? Oh, it's too hot for them. Shoosh. Let's quickly put that in here. We'll hide this one under here. And let's put one over there. Oh. Let's see, we'll put this on. I think they are fine with 20 degrees. And we will hide this one under one of the moss stones. And I think that way the temperature should be a lot better for them. There you go. Okay, well, for that should be better. All right. Okay, we got all their stuff. Let's also add some enrichment up here. And hopefully they will come up on those. Now, we need to add more foliage to this. And we will do that with the cattails reeds. First, let's add in the fence, I think. And I think the pre-made fence of which one was it? I think this one. I think either the pre-made fence of the East Asia pack, or no, that's too much. Or what else I had in mind was this one, but I think that's Lilith's Warning. So let's, because they don't really need a fence. It's just to make it pretty. So we will put these in. Oh. Here we go. This is the easy part still, because the road is mostly straight here. And then I hope we can get away. I think that is not too bad. I think that's not too bad. Let's try and see if we can line this up better. How much does that bug me? That doesn't bug me at all. That's pretty good. That's great. Fencing is always such a tedious step to do, but it is necessary. If you don't do it, it will look not as professional. I think I can get away with that. Oh, they're about to mate. Okay. So we'll have our first offspring coming up soon. That's great. Oh, I pressed the wrong button and it fully flipped on me. I definitely, for some next projects, I will probably do this either on a stream or just on my own. But make a bunch of fences that I could just use. I do have to say the fences from Planet 2 are very good. I feel like I use them a lot. Especially the Barnyard pack. Since I got that one, I have used it so many times. Obviously, you see me use it in the Barnyard Zoo. Because it was very on theme, but ever since I did that one, I just used it in my regular gameplay. I will probably at some point use it in this too as well. I I can almost guarantee you that. Because the fences are just very good and I like them a lot. Let's see, we're almost there. Here you go. And then once we go around that corner, it should be fairly easy. All right, we're gonna have to... Okay. Maybe if we turn it a bit, we can mostly get away with it. And now we just line these up. Put them a little bit forward. And there you go. We can knock this one out. Okay, I think we need to turn that a little bit. Just a smidge. It's always with fencing, you need to make such small turns, because if you make too much, you will end up having to adjust yourself so many times. So it's just better to make sure the adjustments are minimum. And then we will just move this one a little forward. And then, oh, I will just do that. There you go. We got our nice fence around the habitat. We will put up the information boards, the education boards. And hopefully I still have electricity over here. Let's check that out. Okay, I don't. Ah, that's too bad. But no worries, we can set up a little bit of a utility set right here. Oh. Okay, it is what it is. But that way, that is covered. We don't have to hide it. Which I like, because I'm not a big fan of covering these up. Not because I want them uncovered. I'm just not a fan of building all that. So now we can add more of these. So let's duplicate them. And we will definitely add one over here. And I guess I don't want to put them in for. We'll put them over here, because I feel like this is not really the greatest visual. And then how confusing. Oh, All right, and then well, it's not really necessary because it's a sandbox zoo, but just for the view. Let's make these in style of the red panda. How is that? That's cute. All right, and there we have the habitat. Oh wait, I keep forgetting. I also wanted to add the cattails over here. Let's see these cattails, and we'll remove the surface so that way we can manipulate them a bit more. Or should we do these? So let's see. These do cover it a bit more. Or. You have quite a few options. Oh. Nah, those definitely not. I mean... Yeah, that's definitely good. I think we'll just go for these. And we will add these all along the back. I want them... we will change the heights in them afterwards. So that way it's not all just one singular height. And it will be a little more interesting. And then maybe we'll place maybe a nice tree still on this side, or just some more bamboo. But we shall see. Hopefully this is not sticking out too much. Just fade this one out. Boom. Okay, I do think that adds like a lot more. It's not just a plain riverbank. And let's change the heights in these a little bit. This one could go a little bit more up. Let's change this up a little bit. How about this one? Right, I don't want that edge to be two uncovered. And then we will also just heighten this one up a little higher over here. Wait, maybe we do this one high as well, and then the one next to that we put lower. We'll raise this one up a little bit. And then we have like a nice barrier going around that. And I think, let's see, can they climb this? Is that okay for them? Can they actually use it? I wonder. It might all be too high for them. It might be. Okay. Maybe they can use it better now? Oh, there's two of them! Look at the little family. They are so cute. But yeah, they're very... Oh... There goes the red panda. Let me... Oh! Okay, interesting. Oh! Let me lower this one as well. And place it here. Okay. Maybe we'll add a little bit of foliage around the edge here, because it is a little plain. We're not gonna do too much. Just some bracken. Just some little details. And maybe we can just place that around the wall as well. Cover it up just a little bit more. All right. I wonder... Okay. Whee! Okay, they can use it. They're fine. Maybe we'll scooch this one over a little bit. And we can raise up our prices. Let's do 6 and 4 for now. I still think it's too high. Okay. Well, that should be fine. Okay. Let's do our little cinematic shot. And I like this a lot. I think it's a lot better. Maybe I should have added a little bit more of a hill. I also still couldn't figure out why the water was like that. But it is what it is now. Wait, we can also... I already did the final shots, but I forgot fully about these, by the way. For here and for the facilities. Oh, that's floating. So we'll quickly add those in there as well. That one's gone. All right. So this is what our zoo is up to now. Well, now they think there's overpriced? Really? Okay, interesting. Alright, so the people definitely want some food and drinks. We'll add that cord over here, I think. Maybe over here? We'll work it out. Let's do this, and then I will add a grid. Please give me round edges. Having things like this, I'm not a fan of that. Okay, maybe we do need the square edges. Okay. Let's see. People need a toilet. I think putting a large building in. And then if we just put the shells in, we can figure it out from there. Put a shop shell there. We'll put one over here. I need to move this a little bit. Oh. Put this one more forward. And then I hope, I'm not sure. We'll add the duo building over here and we'll put some souvenir shops there. I think that looks pretty cool. Maybe put it this way. And this way. That way it's not too too much the one thing and the same, but you know. We will add in here a drink. Let's do the milkshakes. Oh, and then we also need to put the bath. There you go. Then over here we'll put in some food. We'll go with Bernie Bakes. Who doesn't like some good baked? Okay, and then let's edge that out a bit. Cool. Okay. And then over here, we will put our merchandise. I think we'll go for balloons. Balloons. That's just a moment. And there you go. And let's put hats or memento. I think just a memento. That's fun because it's like bags, right? I think. What do you sound? Oh, okay, yeah, okay, cool. And then maybe we put this one a little more forward. And we can put let's put the benches in again. Let me copy them because that way I don't have to recolor them and accidentally do wrong and then have to redo entire sets of benches again. And let's get these. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to make them a little darker because it's a little bright, but oh, that's uneven. Ooh. Right, and then is there something of like a nice canopy? Oh. Or like an Asian one? Let's do that. So they have a little bit of shadow. Because I think it is quite hot in here. Okay, and so far they're not very educated. Well, I think we'll do, because that usually works a lot. We're not really putting in a gorilla here, but the board is nice enough. And then we'll also put these in here. So we have like little fun thingies here. And then we'll put a conservation board over here. Let's put it over here. A little more over here. And we can put in exotic pet trait. And let's cover all of this in bamboo. I will leave this open because I will either stretch it out this way or go back around here. We'll see. I'll probably go around this way because we'll make like the height, the hill over here. Put some stuff over here and then we'll work around that. So let's remove these two. Bamboo. We'll put one here. I think maybe we'll put like a little bit of a hill. I'll make it a little more intense. Oh, there goes the first balloon. Oh, I guess I'm in click mode then. Can't do that. Oh. Okay. That way, that is a little nice and covered. So if it like a little bit of a food court over here. Oh, there you go. Now I can click it. Right, and I think we can continue also decorating this side. I was thinking, I don't know if that was the same tree as I used before. I've used these before. And they're like a really nice type of foliage for edges around here. Let me grab it. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not the one I wanted to grab. Okay. I think that gives a nice view of this. It's like it's still covered, but it's not too much of like a brick wall. So it's still like some nice decor that you see. And I think we will continue that further along. Because I do really like the look of it. I'll have to put it a little lower now here. Oh. Okay. I will also put one over here. And let's one over here. And then we'll probably put more like a hill over here, but I'm not sure still. I think, yeah, we'll cover this up at least. Because now at least we have... Oh, that's something. Okay, and that way we can use... maybe we will use the cherry trees. I'll quickly pause that because I see my red pandas are about to mature. And I got red panda balloons. That's cute. Okay. And I will do the bamboo again, but then we'll take the fountain bamboo. And we could just do like a quick and easy fix around here. And oh. There you go. And then we need... Let's turn on the Asia continent again. Get some pretty flowers and plants. Yeah. Okay, I don't think that's fully in. That's what we already have. Yeah, that's not it. Wait. I'm just gonna use my favorite plant in here. tilt it back a little. Not sure if that would be too much. Maybe if I do the smaller reward plants here, and also here, and then push that back slightly, then still up. How about that? I think that looks nice. It's a little overgrown, but we can fix that with just a little bit of that. And then I have this, I think everyone has this, the rock collection. It's so good. I think these are the tropical ones. Let's decorate this on here. Okay, and that way it tapers off a little bit. Maybe also lower that one a little bit, so it's not such a harsh stop. And I like that a lot. Let's go to our animals quickly. Let's turn that on. And we get players doing. We're currently on year 3. And we can also build up the edge for around here. Oh, there's a lot of... I saw a notification, but it didn't register. Darn it. Where is my caretaker? Okay, sorry, buddy, but you gotta do your job, man. Alright, thank you. Now they think the tickets are overpriced. Why are you guys so needy? Alright, no crime yet. Okay, and the animals have matured, so I have to get them out of there. And we will release them to the wild. Why not? Oh, it's boxed. Why are you boxed? Why are you boxed? Alright, and now we can release them to the wild. And hopefully we'll get more babies soon. I was thinking maybe we'll put a animal talk over here. But I want to try and see if I can... Right, this nose needs to be a little bit more over here. And then we could put that one over there. that one over there. And we will also put these over here then. So that way people can sit. I'm just looking through things a little bit just to see if there's something nice here. Otherwise I will try and build something myself, but the East Asian sceneries are pretty nice. However, they don't really fit. The monkey rocks are so cute though. Okay, I will place this here. So that way I have an inspiration. But the biome, no, not the biome, the continent back to Asia. Again, I think those are, yeah, those are tempered rocks. Okay, so I want to put a flat top as a pedestal, so that will be this. Start low. And we'll have to turn this a little bit. Scooch it forward. And bring this one over here. And oh, I'm gonna put this one over here. Lower that one. And then we will also lower this one. Bring this one a little more here. Moss. Nah, that's jungly. And then we will... I will put the maple instead. Put the big one over here. And then we'll go to the bamboo. And let's put the single strips. And then I want some more of the rocks here again. I think I used the temperate ones, right? Oh, that won't fully covered it. It's all a little bit too dense, I think. Okay. I think that's a very nice piece. We'll also add another one here. Okay, now we can delete that one. Let's train form up in this business. I haven't decided if I want to try and copy this over there. We will think about. I think that would be the nicest to do. Yeah, I think that would like make it nice, and I will do place that one over there. And then we'll add the small maple. Should do this one. That one's also pretty. And I think put one over there. That's nice. Then we just need to put the one with the flower. Okay, and then we add our bamboo. There's lots of bamboo in this zoo. Lower. No, this one should be lower because it has more height. And then we will let's lower this. There you go. I like that a lot. That's a very nice spot. Let's link this seating and assign the rat panda. And I think that is very lovely. Okay, there you have so far what we have built. I am very proud of what we have so far. I think it's nice and a lot of plants. Like, it's not too empty. That's one thing I used to do a lot with the zoos I have, is they would have a lot of open patches, but now it's like, it's nice and lush, kind of what I had in mind for this zoo. And we will fill up a lot more of the space as well at some point. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a nice little tap on that like button and subscribe for more videos. I post once a week on Friday, so I would love to see you next week again. Bye guys!